This is Audrey, also known as Noble Strength, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to share with you how I got out of the pit of darkness when it comes to my wardrobe. Now, as you know, I enjoy wearing black. I love black, and of course I like red. I say it all the time, but at one point in my life I mainly only wore black. And it was just a sea of darkness, if you will. But anyway, I say that lightheartedly, but I do remember when I was about 13 years ago, I was teaching high school at the time, one of my students asked me, "Miss Crosby, are you gothic?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gothic." "Well, you wear an awful lot of black to not be gothic." And I never really thought about it that way. Black was just my go-to color because I felt like it was flattering, it was slimming, it covered up any, spills that or accidents that might take place in the art room. So it was just like a forgiving color to wear. So I just never really thought about it. And then I had a friend who would jokingly, if I went shopping with her, say, "You know what, if you're with me, you cannot buy any black. You have enough black." It was almost like an intervention. But, I just love black. You could count on me wearing black to church. That's how much I just loved black. So I still do. I still enjoy wearing my black, and if you see my other videos, you will see I do wear a lot of black. So how did I get color into my wardrobe? Well, I just jumped in. I just added it to my wardrobe. I just did it. I made a lot of mistakes. It was a lot of trial and error in knowing what colors worked on me. So I'm hoping by sharing these little tips, it will help you and encourage you that if you were like me, in a sea of black, that maybe, just maybe, you can introduce a little bit of color into your wardrobe, just a little bit at a time. So I started with the color that people complimented me most on and said that color looks great on you. I mean, I would occasionally be near the color and it's like, "Ooh, red's your color." And I never really thought about it. So I started, playing around with different reds. Now, all reds are not my friend. So it's usually the more warmer reds, like a cherry red, a true candy apple red, or more, but some of the darker reds, I can get into a little bit of trouble with those. And some of the orangey reds, I can get into a little trouble. So somewhere in the middle is more my tones when it comes to red. As far as the tints and blushes, some really light pinks look nice on me. Corals look great. So you just kind of have to play around with it. So it was really like hit or miss for me when shopping for color. But you can go online and do research to find out what your undertones are in your skin. We all have them. Some people red undertones, some people yellow, some people green, blue, and you usually have more of one than the other. I tend to have more reddish yellow undertones, so I'm more of a warm color. And when fashion stylists or makeup artists are, finding colors for their clients, they usually put them in a category of winter, summer, autumn, spring. So I'm more in the summer category. Warmer colors usually work for me, like the tints, the things that have more yellow in them usually look good on my skin tone. When it comes to greens, it's usually, when it comes to blues, it's usually the ones that have a little more green in them, like the aqua blues look great on me. Things that are muted tend to not look good on me. They tend to wash me out. So I tend to stay away from certain shades of gray, certain browns, and certain greens like olive greens. They tend to wash me out and don't do anything for me at all. So having said all of that, you can do your research, go online, check with your beauty consultant at the makeup counters at your local department store, and there are plenty of books that you can get that will help you in finding out what colors will work for you. Different. Everybody looks good in some shade of color or another, depending, like I said, on what their undertones are. So anyway, I digress. Let's just take a look at some of my favorite colors that I've been wearing this summer. I really love lighter shades of blue, so this would be considered a tint. I love those. Now, white is not a color. It is the absence of color, but it's a good base for building your colors on. So any color will look great with white. I also like the royal blues. They tend to look great. I wear a lot of orange when I wear blues because they're complementary colors and they just really look great together. And like I say, oranges. And if you just can't decide, go with a pattern that has all the colors in them, and one of those colors will be a hit next to your skin tone. And for me, because I love black, navy was awesome and easy to add add a little color to my wardrobe. So navy is a good safe color. So I'm going to style these for you, and hopefully this will give you some tips and ideas and encourage you to add some color to your wardrobe. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Well guys, those are my tips for adding color to your wardrobe. And just to recap, do not fear, just jump in, experiment with colors. Try to go back in your memory bank and remember what colors you were complimented on when you wore them. Also, check with your local beauty consultant at your nearest department store. Even if you don't wear makeup, they can help you get an idea of what your undertones are so that you'll know what colors look great on you. And there are a plethora of sites that will help you with that as well. So there's no excuse for not having a little bit of color in your life. Don't be like I was, lost in a sea of darkness, just because you were clueless about what works on you as far as colors. And like I say, when all else fails, wear a pattern that has a lot of colors in them. But anyway, I hope this video was fun for you, and I hope it was helpful more than anything. And as always, remember to be a good steward of all that God has given you, because He loves us so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.